Hey everybody, in this video we are going to look at an example of how we can use unit rates with fractions in order to solve problems. So let's say that we have a pool that is leaking water from a hole. They tell us after 1/4 of an hour, 1/2 a liter of water has leaked out. And they want us to use proportions, just like we've been learning, to answer the following three questions. So part A wants us to find the unit rate, or in other words, the amount of liters leaked in 1 hour. So you have to ask yourself, are you trying to find an amount of liters, or are you trying to find the amount of hours? Well, we know when it says per hour, we're talking about 1 hour, and we're trying to find the number of liters. If we're trying to find the number of liters, that's going to be our numerator. Okay? So when we set up our proportion, again, which is two fractions set equal to each other, like this, liters will always be in the numerator if that's what we're solving for, meaning hours must go in the denominator. All right, so our first fraction, the information comes from the problem. They tell us 1/2 of a liter in 1/4 of an hour. And once again, we're trying to find the amount for 1 full hour. So we're going to put that over here. All right, so again, we need to think what gets us from 1/4 to a 1. It's either multiplying by 4, or I usually just go with by the division, so dividing by a 4, which is the same thing. Then, if you do that to the denominator, you must also do that to the numerator. 1/2 divided by 1/4 should give us an answer of 2. So 2 liters leaked per hour. And maybe I'll even write that over here. And there we go. All right. So moving on, part B says, at this rate, how many liters will have leaked out after 10 hours? So what we're going to do is take our unit rate that we found right here. We are going to reuse that down in part B. So we know that, once again, we're asked about the amount of liters, right? Our answer will be some amount of liters. So that's still going to be our numerator. We know that we leak 2 liters per 1 hour. Okay, so there's the rest of our proportion, and they tell us that we are being concerned about 10 hours, right? So instead of putting a 1 here, we're going to put a 10. All right, similarly, we have to think 1 times what gives us 10? Well, our multiplier is 10. If you do that to the denominator, you must also do that to the numerator. So after 10 full hours, we would have lost 20 liters of water. So I'll write that again. 20 liters lost after 10 hours. Okay, and again, you could have also, instead of starting with the 2 liters for 1 hour, you could have also started it with the 1/2 liter for 1/4 of an hour. Either way would have worked. All right, finally, part C, to wrap up the video. It says, at this rate, how long will it take for 18 liters to leak out? So in this case, we don't know the amount of time. It says how long. So we're trying to solve for the amount of hours. We know the amount of liters. So we are not going to set our proportion up the same way. We're going to set it up with hours in the numerator, because that's what we're solving for, meaning liters will go in the denominator. Okay, so we can just start back to the original problem. You know that in 1/4 of an hour, you will have lost 1/2 of a liter. So we can put those in there. And then we're going to do the same step where we figure out, well, how long will it take us to lose 1 full liter? So we're going to divide by a half. So for 1 full liter, it would take us a half hour. And then we're actually going to do 3 fractions for this one so we can get our final answer. Because we're really concerned about 18 liters. So then for our final jump, we're going to multiply by 18. Same change to the numerator. 1/2 times 18 would give us 9 hours. Okay, so 9 hours it would take to leak 18 liters. And that is pretty much it. So this is just a little example of how you could use this idea of unit rate in order to solve some problems like this, especially when there are fractions involved. So I hope this video helped, and thank you for watching.